One of the most well-known gangs in the world, or at least in the gaming community, is the Grove Street family, or the families, and Inferno, as some prefer to call them. In today's video, I'll be bringing you 20 facts about Grove Street and the family. And these facts won't just be about GTA San Andreas, I'll also be talking about GTA 5, since Grove Street is mentioned there as well. Relatively speaking, it doesn't appear exactly, but the families, of which Grove Street is basically a part, also show up there. So go ahead and hit that like button right at the beginning of this video and subscribe to show some support, because otherwise I might have to send CJ and Franklin after you. So without further ado, let's get started. The Grove Street families and the Ballas are based on two real gangs from Los Angeles, the Bloods and the Crips, who were at war in the 90s. Some people say that the families were inspired by the Bloods, while others claim they were inspired by the Crips. Personally, I believe that the families were inspired by the Bloods and the Ballas by the Crips, based on several factors I came across during my research for this video. However, whether they are one or the other doesn't really matter. The main idea here was to show that these gangs were inspired by real-life gangs that were at war during the time period of GTA San Andreas, which is the 90s. The gang Grove Street families was originally going to be called Orange Grove families, and we can see that through some clear graffiti within the game, like OGF next to the Seville Boulevard graffiti, for example. Additionally, if you were to get a tattoo and select a Grove Street tattoo, it would actually show as an Orange Grove families tattoo. That's right, Orange Grove families. Furthermore, there's also the issue of the orange car artwork and the orange character that appears on the loading screens of GTA San Andreas. They appear because in the beta version, this gang was supposed to be all orange, not green, and the name wasn't going to be Grove Street families, but rather Orange Grove families. The reason for the change, I don't know, but there you have it. In GTA 5, Franklin's voice actor is Sean Fontino. I believe many people end up recognizing him because there are several interesting facts that people have started to post, as he became quite famous in the GTA community after voicing Franklin. What many people, however, do not know is that he also voices that chubby NPC in GTA San Andreas. In other words, he didn't make his first appearance in GTA 5, he was already doing NPC voiceovers in GTA San Andreas.
Say, baby, it's me and you. Excuse you, dog. My set ain't for busters, man. Hey, motherfucker.
It was kind of a surprise for me to find out that Sean Fontino was already part of the GTA saga before GTA 5. Now, another curiosity is the following. According to various internet theories, which I believe in most of them, Ryder was not originally a traitor to the Grove Street families. This happens because in some Grove Street missions, Ryder is always trying to help the Grove, unlike the missions of Big Smoke. Additionally, when the Green Saber mission starts, CJ ends up mentioning only Smoke as a traitor and never really mentions Ryder's name. Besides, Ryder's death is somewhat cliche with repeated lines. Just look at that.
Oh, no. Shit, Smoke, what you into?
Shh, that's it. Look at that ride.
Shit, Smoke?
It's Smoke, and he in deep with 10 Penny and some ballers. He sold us out.
Fucking Smoke. I can't believe that nigga Smoke turned on me.
The Grove Street gang NPCs, like most of the game's NPCs, are very repetitive. However, did you know that there are beta NPCs that were not included in the gameplay but appear in cutscenes? If you start the Los Sepulcros mission, I think that's the name, you will see these two NPCs coming from both sides. I'll even put an arrow to better mark which ones they are. They also appear interestingly in the Green Saber mission, and I don't understand the exact reason why they don't appear in the game, being part of the normal gang as NPCs instead of only appearing in cutscenes. I used to think it was a hardware issue, but even in the trilogy version released in 2021, they were not included, despite being remastered. Did you know that the name Ryder is actually not Ryder? It's a nickname. Ryder's real name is Lance Wilson, just like Big Smoke's name is Melvin Harris. And as for CJ, everyone already knows that his real name is Carl Johnson, and Sweet's real name is Sean Johnson, just nicknamed. The Grove Street families are not actually a whole and unique gang. In fact, they are a division of a larger gang, which is the families. Just like there is the Grove Street families, there are also the Seville Boulevard families and the Temple Drive families in GTA San Andreas. In GTA 5, we have other families, the Chamberlain Gangster families, the Carson Avenir families, and the Davis Neighborhood families. And the Chamberlain Gangster families, which is the CGF, is the one that Franklin and Lamar were part of at the beginning of the game, or at least before the story. Even if you don't recruit the Grove Street NPCs, they will always defend you against the police up to a certain amount of stars. This happens in GTA San Andreas and also in GTA 5, but in GTA 5 it only happens if you are with Franklin. That's because the family's NPCs know Franklin, at least the ones in this area where I am now. When you are with Michael, if the police come after you, unless you retaliate, the police start shooting and the people don't react. And also with Trevor, they will let you be arrested normally. Like I said before, I believe it's because Franklin was already in a gang. Even when you arrive at certain locations, depending on on where you arrive, the NPC will greet Franklin. Just take a look.
Hey, yo, Franklin!
Another very interesting thing is as follows. There is a clear reference to Grove Street from GTA San Andreas, which is right next to Lamar's house in GTA 5. Look, it's close to Franklin's old house, which has SA88 written on it. SA for San Andreas, welcome back. And there's a phrase below that says, "We miss you last time." So folks, a clear reference to Grove Street or the events of GTA San Andreas. The Grove Street has an ethical code of not selling drugs, even with the gang in decline. Sweet is the gang leader and does not authorize this kind of business because he believes it is wrong. Not to mention the harm it would do to the gang to have several addicts around. The gang is sustained and makes its profit only from robberies, theft, arms trafficking, among other things. Meanwhile, for example, the Ballas do all this that Grove Street does, and on top of that, they sell drugs. That's why we see the gang pretty broken at the beginning of the game. Another very interesting thing about Grove Street is that there are no white people on Grove Street. That's right, the gang is composed only of black or African American people who dress in green. And this comes from the inspiration of real life gangs. Both gang members sell only to black people as well. In GTA San Andreas, we can see the NPCs completely dressed in green, like you can spot the guy from afar with that really bright green. Now in GTA 5, we see a much more discreet shade of green and way fewer pieces of clothing. This is due to the tougher laws against gangs in the United States, and even Lamar mentions it during the mission Hood Safari. This dialogue happens if you finish this mission with Trevor alongside Lamar. Lamar mentions that to avoid charges of gang formation, among other things, the families are now much more discreet with fewer green pieces. Listen up.
Damn, it look like we straight now. Take me to the hood.
Tell me something.
What's that?
Why aren't you like head to foot in green with the Ballas like head to foot in purple?
Man, this old school, man. We don't do that shit no more.
Oh yeah? So how you know what side someone's on?
Man, you just know. Them ballers might wear a purple hat or like a shirt with some purple in it, or maybe like a hat with a B on it for the baller shit. And you know how we get down. The families, we rock the feuds hats with the F's on it, you know what I'm saying? Or rock the green kicks with the green laces.
Okay.
Man, everybody already know who everybody is. It's just the law to say certain gang insignias make you part of some vast criminal conspiracy or some shit. They just want to hit you with that RICO charge.
Despite being the protagonist of the game, CJ is not the leader of Grove Street. The leader is Sweet. Therefore, we can see that Sweet has a much greater devotion to the neighborhood and the gang than CJ, who eventually decides to abandon everything because he feels like he hasn't gained anything from it. When CJ comes back to Grove Street is practically broken. This is due to the fact that, for example, they stopped selling drugs, which ended up causing several problems because as other gangs were making more money, some members of the gang ended up leaving and going to the other side. Additionally, there were people who preferred to stay in the gang and ended up becoming addicted, or left the gang because they also became addicted. We can see this in several cutscenes and many other things that I will be showing you now.
Things are going real bad. Here, let me show you running, man. Tony's buried over there. Little devil over there. And big devil over there. Man, it's just crazy. Everybody blasts on food first, then ask questions second.
Hello?
Hey, thought I'd explain some shit.
Sweet. Hey, what's up?
Since you've been away, shit has changed around here. Grove Street families ain't big no more. Seville Boulevard families and Temple Drive families are beefing and split with the Grove. Now we so busy set tripping ballers and Vargos have taken over. So watch yourself out there.
Yeah, I hear you. Thanks for the heads up.
Don't mention it.
CJ, the fuck you want? Get the fuck out of here.
Wait, hold up, man. What happened to for life, nigga?
The only thing that matters is the hood, homie. But you'll never understand what getting this money is like. You know what, man? Get the fuck out of here for you be laying on your back. Big Bear, come check this fool.
Hey, Bear? Big Bear, that's you? Hey, you still from the hood, homie, or
Nah,
what?
the only thing Bear give a fuck about is smoking and keeping my house clean. Ain't that right, Big Bear?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, what?
Hell yeah, sir.
That's why at the beginning of the game we have some missions to kill drug dealers, because in these missions of killing drug dealers we are kind of freeing our gang from the influence of drug traffickers. And throughout the game we'll kill some of the traitors from the Grove Street gang. I don't know if you guys exactly remember the missions, but we kill some of them. The graffiti on Grove Street isn't written as Grove Street Families, but rather as Grove Street for Life, which in translation would basically be, just like it appears in the game's subtitles, Grove Street in the Vein, or Grove Street for Life, or Grove Street Forever. But there's just a little curiosity for you. The standard vehicles of the Grove Street gang are the Greenwood, which is the car that Sweet has that we always see here in front, the Savannah, which is the one I'm showing you guys, and also the Voodoo, which is this one here. The three cars of the Grove Street and the Families. The favorite radio station of the Grove Street NPCs or the Families is also Radio Los Santos. Besides having a more rapper vibe, we can tell exactly that they prefer this one because whenever you steal one of their vehicles there, not always, but 90% of the time, Radio Los Santos is playing and not other stations, so it's their preferred radio station. In the GTA 5 mission Safari in the Hood, it's possible to see a clear Easter egg of the Grove Street families. Many people say it's an Easter egg only of CJ, but if it were only from CJ, I think there would only be the character in a white tank top, and not the 3 characters like we see in the first mission of GTA San Andreas. In fact, in the first mission of the game, there are 4 characters, but anyway, it's a clear reference. A black guy in a white tank top and the other guys in green clothes and on bike. Despite Grove Street not appearing in GTA 5, it is mentioned in several conversations between Franklin and Jimmy. If you take Jimmy for a ride using Franklin, you will end up triggering various different dialogues, and I will show the main ones here.
Seriously, dog. Families for life.
Hey, man, you really don't want people hear you saying that.
Let's hit up Davies, man. I'll shout it from the rooftops.
Man, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out to save you from yourself, homie.
Yo, so let me ask you something, F-Dog.
Man, it's Franklin. What?
Are you Grove Street? Is Grove Street like a myth?
Man, that's some old school shit. Hell no, it's not a myth. But times have changed, homie. I'm family. I guess like they was. But things is different now, homie. Ain't like the early 90s no more. So no, you ain't living out some suburban gangbanging fantasy shit with me.
Now, one last curiosity, but no less important, it is very difficult to know exactly when the Ballas took over Grove Street and drove the families out of Grove Street and ended the existence of the Grove Street families. But we can get an idea that CJ and Sweet, or probably the gang's leadership, ended up leaving the gang and leaving, and that after that, the gang's decline began. As we saw in GTA San Andreas, we could witness it up close. Gang leaders make a total difference in the gang's strength and everything else. And I think with the abandonment of the leaders, that the guys must have disappeared somewhere. I hardly believe they ended up dying. That's when the gang lost a lot of strength and the Ballas managed to take over that territory. As we will see in the dialogues, it is at least believable that CJ and Sweet eventually gave up on this gang world.
Hey, you know Grove Street used to be family hood.
Grove Street family? Man, long time ago.
Man, what happened to them dudes?
Shit, I don't know. Could be dead. Shit, or could be CEOs by now.
Fool? Shit, or probably living in some suburb somewhere driving SUVs and shit, you know, soccer moms and shit, coaching Little League football team.
Yeah, the suburban flight, huh?
Tone24 and their main wish before leaving the gang was for you to subscribe to this channel that is working hard to bring quality content to you. Don't miss out on the video where I do crazy tests on GTA 5 and discover bizarre things like, for example, what happens if you leave Tracy on the yacht in GTA 5? By clicking here next to the yellow arrow, you can already check out this amazing video. That's it guys, success, hugs, and I'm out.